Okay, so wait, let me introduce you and then I want you to tell the story. So, הפודקאסט היום אנחנו נעשה אותו באנגלית, באה מורחת מיוחדת, Vitalia Hin, which is taking care, like pushing forward the entire community of the pole dancing here in Eilat and also in Israel actually. She competed a lot. She's a master at it. She's building a community, amazing. I'm super glad to have her here. How are you feeling today?
Great, thank you.
So we were just talking about your beautiful makeup. What did you say about it?
One of my students is learning to make makeup professionally, and she invited me to be a model. And I'm like, okay. I always say yes if I have a choice.
It's amazing that you do, like, I noticed that you do a lot of like different modeling with your girls and like, that's how you push the community, right?
We have the photo shoots all the time. The last one we had last Saturday.
Wait. Yeah, nothing happened.
Yes. I need to film you when you do this. Fight in the fridge.
Yeah, the city is a little bit building still. So
but we have an opening party for 30 of June, and one of the preparation is to look good. So it's I said, okay, it's a preparation for opening. We prepare the makeup, rehearsals.
Yeah, it's amazing, huh? I noticed that you did did this cool campaign. You did like the girls building the place, and then you were like taking I don't even know how you say it. How do you call that thing? That
powder, whatever.
Powder, yeah, like beton.
Yes.
Yeah, so amazing.
You know, I got so many replies to that stories like, I want to be you. Yeah. I'm doing this. This is my work.
Yeah. It is, huh?
Yes.
It is pretty amazing. You basically collected all the girls that wanna do sport in Eilat and actually work on their body, but also have a community. Did you have this vision from the start, or like you?
I wanted the community for sure, but when I started, I didn't know anything because there was no pole dance in Eilat, nothing. We started with my single pole, and now so many girls have poles at home besides the studio because they love it. They got the passion, and then they put the pole in their houses. And that helped us in the quarantine because they could keep practicing, you know.
Did you do lessons
online? Yes.
Actually, that's fucking amazing.
Yes.
Nice. I remember, like, from the day I met you, like, it was a really long time ago. You know, I remember you working in Mike's place and actually building it up. You know, like starting from bottom. Like, you came fresh to Israel. You said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it no matter what." What was the motivation?
Passion and love is the motivation.
But you moved from Russia, right?
I was living in Czech Republic.
Czech Republic?
Yes, I'm originally from Belarus. Then I lived in Czechia for 6 years, and then I moved here. I was seeking for adventures.
You're just seeking for adventures?
Yes. I didn't know I will stay here. I was like, okay, I don't want to settle down yet. Let's travel because I was traveling a lot in Europe and everywhere. And then I found myself in one place for more than a year, like studying and working and this, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready for this. I want to move more.
Okay.
And I started to search for some programs. I thought, okay, maybe I go volunteering somewhere, maybe something, you know, I want more action. And then there was this Masa program, and I read about this Masa in Eilat. I'm like, I don't know what is Eilat, I don't care, I will find there. So that's how I picked the program and I came.
And you fell in love with Eilat?
No. Now yes, but not when I came.
When you came, how was it?
I came in August, I was dying. Really, I was dying, and for 1 month I was sleeping a lot. I was sleeping at night, wake up, eat, do something, sleep during the day because my body was not ready for that. It was in shock. And then I was starting to wake up, you know, and still I thought maybe the city is so small, maybe I need something else. I really didn't think that I'm staying here. It took me time, and now I really love it, but it was not at first glance.
And at this time, you were working in Mike's place when we were talking about this time? Like you started at the hotels or like Mike's place? Where did you start working?
When I just came, it was this Masa program, and it was in the hotels. So we had like experience in program. I was in Harrods, and we were trying different positions. I was in the room serving, bringing gifts to the guests, or I was a hostess, or I was working in the kitchen, trying. It was fun.
You were super focused, though.
I wanted to try something, but in the meantime, I was like, where is my pole? I need to do something about that, because I couldn't believe there is no studio. I was walking around the city after I failed to find something online, like a page of the studio in Eilat. I was walking around, I was sure I will find something, like it's not possible a city without a pole studio. And I didn't find. So I thought, okay, I need to do something about it.
If you don't find it, make it.
Yes, that's
Amazing.
how it happened.
But one of the most memorable things for me that I remember from Mike's place is that we used to make shifts together, and you wrote on like the notepad and everything, like you were super focused, and I want you to explain to other people, like, how was it? Because a lot of people want to make their dreams, like a lot of people want to make something come alive, but not a lot of people actually work on it. So I'd love for you to share like what it took for you to make that, you know what I mean?
Yes. I started with smaller goals, I started to work in Mike's place on 1st of January, and I told myself, okay, I have 1 month. It was my first job in Israel. I didn't know what's going on, but it was this January, it's low season, not so much work, but I told myself until the end of the month, I need to make enough money to order the pole stage. It's the pole that I have without the ceiling that I can put everywhere.
Okay.
I thought, okay, this is the start. If I'm in Eilat, I need to have this stage because the weather is perfect all year long. I need to have this stage for my girls, for the photo shoots, for performances, whatever. I need to have this, and it's quite expensive. At least for me, back then, it was a lot of money because I came with zero. So, okay, I will work 1 month. I need to make this until 31st of January. So I didn't spend anything. I was working as much as I could. I took all the shifts I could in Mike's place, and during the day I was teaching on my single pole in my room. So I did both. I put all the money on the side. I spent like 10 shekels a week for food because we had 1 meal a day in the restaurant, and it was enough for me, to eat a little bit extra. That's it. I didn't eat. I was walking after the sheets. I didn't take taxi ever. I was walking at 2 a.m. after the sheet at night in winter, but I was so happy because I had that goal, and I was walking like this happy at night, and police stops me and like, where are you going? 2 a.m. What's going? I'm so happy. No, I'm just going from work, from work to home.
Yeah.
I lived in Mekora Hasidah, so it was like 40 minutes walk at night.
Yeah.
Yes. But I had that goal, and I remember how happy I was. I was like, yes. Every day I make a step toward this goal, and that made me so happy.
How did you know you're making a step towards that goal?
Counting the money,
Yeah.
And then really exactly by the end of month, I made it, and I had to find out how to order the pole from abroad. I'm new here. I don't know anything. I had to make an account in the bank and everything, and the card and PayPal and whatever it takes to order it. I was, searching for information for everything, and 31st of January, I ordered that, and I said myself, okay, I did it. Maybe I can do something more. And then
you got that confidence for the first time, or did you have it before? Like you can achieve goals. You know what I mean?
I had some confidence, but I didn't think about the studio. And then this was like a big one for me, and I said, okay, maybe it's the time. Maybe I can do it. And I went, okay, I will do it. And then after this, I started to do everything for the studio.
How did you start making the plan for the studio? Like, did you get the girls first? Like, did you get like close friends that can work with you? Did you do private lessons?
I did some private lessons, yes. That's how it started. That's how I saw that girls like my lessons. I had that pole. I removed I had a really small apartment, so I threw the bed. I didn't have a bed, but I had that pole in the room, yes. Really, I did it. I slept on the floor, but I had the pole. That was important for me. So I did some private classes, and the girls really liked it, and they were like, yes, you should open the studio and this. They were supportive. And, okay, maybe. So I made a list, more or less, what do I need, and started one by one. And it took me 4 months. It's not so much.
Yeah.
Yes. In January I decided. In May I was opening.
You're super focused, like really. And I remember what you're saying is true, because I remember you like. I remember we had like fights, and I tried like to compete with you as a waiter. Or like, today, Vita, I'm gonna be better than you. No. And like, today I'm gonna be better than you. No. Today I'm gonna shit. And like one time, like yeah, because I'm competitive as well.
Yes.
But I wasn't focused as you were, and it was like a lesson for me to see how much. If I thought I was passionate about something, you were super passionate about it. Like, how did it start for you?
Yeah,
the passion for the for the pole dancing.
It was by accident, I never heard about pole dance when I lived in Belarus, and then I lived in Sweden for half a year for some exchange program when I studied in the university. And in Sweden I did a lot of sports because it's Sweden. Everybody's doing sports.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
And I did lots of group classes. I tried everything, and weightlifting and fitness and whatever they had, I just tried it all. And then I came back to Czechia and I was like, yes, I like it. I want to do more sports. And but Zumba, sorry, but it was too boring for me. So I wanted something more active, And I saw pole dance and I was like, wow, it's so beautiful. It's just, I couldn't believe it. I really liked it. And then...
what did you like about it?
It's just so artistic and it's so beautiful. It's not just sport, but it's beautiful. It's an art. And you look at it and it's like, wow. So I checked the local studios and they were like, wow, it's too expensive. And I'm like, okay, what should I do? And then a few weeks after, I got a big scholarship, like as a good student. So, I have money, So I went to the shop, I bought the shorts, the top, for my first class. I remember my first class. I came there and I fell in love from the first class.
When did you start competing, in what age?
So, first time I tried pole dance was 7 years ago. So it means I was 20. And after like a couple of years, I started to compete a little bit. So I was like 22, something like this.
And you've won some competitions, right?
Yeah, I won some first, some third places, second places. Yes.
Do you take it as do you still want to be like the best, or do you focus now on building like a legacy, or like staying focused on like making the studio bigger? What's like your biggest goal?
No, I think if I would like to be the best in the competitions, I would have to focus just on that. It's possible to combine, but it would kill you.
Yeah.
And I think for me the studio is more important now, and I want to compete, and I'm going to compete soon again when the competitions are there again, because now everything stopped because of Corona. But I want to compete more, but it's not the main goal. And for me, it's not that important to win as to express myself. And that's why I'm not going anymore to sport competition, but to art competitions, because pole dance has different directions. And for me, sport is much less interesting as art. I want to express. And there I can do it.
I can see you doing that, actually, because all that you do lately, I used to ask myself, okay, where does it start and end for you, because you start from the pole dancing and the sport and the teaching and the studio, and then you go to making the small artistic photos, and also you do these small videos, and then you create this community. So it is artistic expression in some way, because it is artistic expression because you never stop to find new ways to express yourself. You know what I mean? What did you learn in the way of that? What did you learn from teaching, or like from making the studio? Like, what's the most important lessons that you've learned from that?
I think if you really, as I said, passionate about something and love something, you can do it. But it's very challenging. So there must be passion, otherwise it doesn't worth it. It's much easier to do something else, like a regular job, because otherwise your head is full 24/7. But it's worth it if you are passionate about it. That's the key, love is the answer.
The key, love is the answer.
Yes. That you asked me what I learned. That's what I learned. Love is the answer.
Like staying
whatever
connected.
Is the question. Like almost.
How do you stay connected to it?
Yeah, when I'm exhausted, or when it's too challenging, or when I have hesitations, I remember why I do it. Or when I have to choose between something, I remember this and I choose where is love.
How did you deal with this time? Like in the corona, did you practice more? Did you take more time to relax? Like, because I know you, and I remember this talk that we had in Tel Aviv, and I'd love to ask you about it soon. You said this beautiful thing. I asked you one time. You sometimes stop. If you sometimes stop to smell the flowers, like to take to enjoy the moment, because you work, you hustle. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do it still a lot, and that's how I experience life. Because we have to stop for a moment. The life goes too fast. You cannot just run with eyes closed, like focused on just one thing. You need to take moments and enjoy the present. And I'm doing it.
Do you feel like you're balancing
even in the busiest time?
Do you feel like you know how to balance it correctly? Like you got a groove?
I'm always learning.
Yeah.
I cannot tell I'm master this, No, I will never say that. But I keep learning, and it is really getting better. Yes.
Yeah, I see you sometimes at the sea, enjoy yourself a little bit, like taking care.
I let myself.
Yeah, especially now because you're building it. Do you think that you'll ever let somebody else manage the studio at some point, or like you do, like teach teachers, right?
Yes. When I started, I did everything by my own, everything. And now, of course, I have 2 permanent teachers who also teach in the studio, and I have an administrator of the studio, like my assistant. So lots of work she helps me to do, and it's amazing because I cannot split myself. Or of course, really, I can manage, but I don't want to, because it's not only about money for me. And if I want to be in the moment, as I said, I need some time, and I'm buying time by having someone else.
Yeah, time is the most important resource for sure. Like I think about it a lot lately, like how every moment that I'm spending trying to do something, I can pay somebody else to do that, and like focus on, like take my focus on the important things. And for the example, the podcast is like the editing and all the stuff, I'm starting to delegate it, you know what I mean? So it's really helping. So I know what you mean.
Understand. Because there are lots of things at the moment that only I can do. But lots of things that I can delegate, and I prefer to do it, unless it's something that somebody else can do, but I want to do it. So if there is I think I need to do things that I want to do, or I'm unique at. So, or this, or this.
Do you do the marketing by yourself?
Most of it yet, but again, it's because, I have this vision, and I imagine how I want it and how my studio should look. I'm not a professional, marketologist, but because I know my studio and I know so much what I'm offering, that's how I can do, I believe, good marketing for my studio, because I know what is the product and I believe in it.
Which is that exactly is great marketing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. I learned marketing lately. Like I read a lot of books about it because I wanted to get to, like, I understood that I don't know much about it. And I hate not knowing about stuff that I want to know about.
Yes.
So I read this amazing book, and all it said was, you got to focus, before you focus on like how you market it, is who's your audience and what's the product. Everything in the middle will take care of itself. But are you actually trying to bring a valuable product to the audience?
Yes.
And I think that what you're doing really good is you're making this. I talked about it with Mary yesterday. You're making a community. You know, this thing is like if I wanted to get into that, I was like, okay, god damn, those girls are really fit, and they have this amazing community, and they're having fun. And they're all like, they all have this permission to take pictures, like looking extremely hot, like with like, you know, like minimal dressing, and it's art. You know, it's not, and you always make it an art. It is, yeah, it can be provocative for sure, but you always make it an art. Do you focus on that sometimes? Do you think like, I might make this a little bit more provocative, or like, how do you approach that?
It's also, you know, it's about me, you know, I'm like, I can be a little bit provocative, but I don't like when it's rude or something. Like, there is always this border, when, you know, between something like sexish and like slutty, exactly. I don't like slutty, but I like, you know, flirty, and that's how I'm trying to show this. You know, like, there is a border.
Amazing. I think that where do you see like in 10 years, you know, because I think that, like, for an example, in my head, like in 10 years, you're actually gonna be this speaker. Did you ever think about it? That maybe is trying to fight for more freedom in sports. You know what I mean? Like, for an example, because I'm a dude, right? I'm a guy. If I tell like a friend, yo, listen, did you hear about this pole dancing thing? Immediately he's like, yeah, dude, they're gonna be great strippers, you know? And I'm like, no, you don't get it, dude. You don't get it. It's like, it's a sport. You can try to do it yourself. And I had this. I remember I told you in Tel Aviv, I had this roommate who was like a stripper, but he was like really into pole dancing, and I tried it, and it's super hard, you know? It's super hard. Like, how do you keep your body so, how do you say it? You focus like on keeping your body healthy while you're doing it.
That's a little bit another question, that's what you were leading to, but I can reply to both.
Reply to both.
So, about my healthy body, yes, of course, I'm trying to keep my body healthy, but again, I don't take it to any extreme, you know? I'm like, I love to be fit, and I believe that I'm fit and I'm staying fit, but I can have a glass of wine or something like this, and I think it's totally fine. I'm not limiting myself too much. I'm eating well, I'm not overeating, but I'm also not limiting myself in food. I'm not eating like garbage, you know? But if I want a piece of pizza sometimes, no problem. I'm trying to find a balance. I don't want it, you know, strict, you know? I don't think it's healthy to be so strict. Well, but it's my point.
No, I get that.
Yes.
I've tried being strict. I always go to there because I like, it's more comfortable for me than trying to keep balance, you know what I mean? Because balance is hard. Yeah. Like, it's, you take a bite of that pizza one time, 3 days pass. But you want another slice again, you know? Well, but I heard that one of the people that lived the longest ever drank a glass of wine, I think, every night. Maybe it's a little bit like, like a blown statistic, but still.
So I think it's really, for me, it's good to have this balance.
Do you teach them nutrition?
I don't, because I don't think that I'm
qualified?
Exactly. I don't think that I'm qualified. I never studied that. And I don't want to give advices that work just for myself. I can tell what works for myself, but we are so different. And I'm not qualified to give advices about other bodies. And I really don't like when, like, you are a pole dancer and you think that it means you fit, it means that you can give advices to somebody else about this. No. And it happens, but I don't like it because it's not professional.
Yeah, but they look up to you, you know.
Yes, of course.
They want to know, like, okay, what is Vita eating today? Maybe I should try it too.
Yes, but I can tell what works for me, no problem. But I don't know what will work for you. There are some general things, and some are very individual. And I'm not a professional in this field to tell.
Should do a pole dancing podcast.
Yeah.
I think it will be really great, you know, because you'll take the initiative in the world.
Yes.
Because you got a lot to tell about it.
Yeah. So if you tell me in 10 years I will be a speaker, like I might be a speaker.
Yeah.
But not in what you said, but like generally, you know, because I noticed that people
speaker?
Really, you know, look at what I'm saying. Maybe because I build this community and
exactly
you know
that.
they look at me and I'm okay, I like it.
Yeah, because you stand to your talk. You know, you're taking action. Your talk is not only like backed up by your action. It's after your action. You know, like I remember most of the time you kept quiet in Mike's place, and that's like like when people keep quiet, it means you're working. It doesn't mean like they're. And trust me, I wasn't like that. I needed to learn that the hard way, and like I'm still like hardwiring it to my head, because for me I came from such like a lazy mindset, and I was sure I'm the bomb, you know, I'm working hard. No, no, I had to learn it. But for sure, because you're working and you're making something, you might be a motivational speaker, you know, because you might like take the community here in Israel. Who knows, you know? Because for now, you're like, what's your vision for the next year, you know?
Year?
Do you plan to grow the studio and stop here?
I have no idea. I will adjust because now also with Corona,
everything changes.
Everything changes. So I just believe that I will adjust and I will do my best. But I cannot plan. It's very hard to plan. I have like a few scenarios in my head how it can go, and I will have to decide quickly. And I will, because I cannot plan now.
Yeah.
Nobody can.
Yeah.
We cannot predict what will happen.
Yeah, we can only prepare.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will just try to do my best in any circumstances. Let's see what this year will bring us, because it's full of surprises.
Yo, you should do but if you need any help with that, I'd love to try to help you make like, can you make pole dancing like tutorials and videos?
Yes, of course.
That would be great, you know? Because if we can take it on the Instagram or like, you know, and like teach it, boom, no matter Corona, if you're home, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to help with that, for sure.
It's a lot of online. Everything was online in quarantine, so if it happens again, of course.
I tried to do it with Nimi also. Nimi was like, I told him like, listen, dude, maybe we should try to like make...
Online.
Because people want to learn like different stuff. Like, do you know, do you do yoga sometimes?
Yes. I'm not teaching yoga, but...
Where do you do yoga?
Sometimes.
Like alone? Or like in classes, Shivananda or whatever?
Yeah, I have a few friends who teach yoga, so I can join the classes.
It's amazing, huh?
Yes.
It's one that, like, I used to do so much strength working, but when I started doing yoga, everything changed. Everything, like the movement with the body, then start dancing in the sea, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You wanna...
Feeling your body.
Do you want to speak about your injury?
If you want to ask about it, I don't
How
have
did
a
it
problem.
happen? I just heard about it and I was like, devastated for you, you know? I was like, God damn, no, don't let anything stop her.
Yeah, it didn't stop me.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing can stop you, Vita.
It was an accident, you know, and it's nobody's fault. It just happened. It was not the equipment, it was not the club. Like, I cannot tell it's my fault. It's just, it's an accident. I don't want to blame myself because otherwise it will be too hard. So I'm like, that happened. And of course, after I had the thoughts, like, why do you even think you can do it? You know, you started, you were adult already. People are learning from childhood to do circus. And you like decided you will do it? Like, who let you? And I'm like, no, I don't want these thoughts. I will just do what I like and do what I want. Because of course I had some hesitations, but I just had to cut them because it makes no sense. Like, I was just thinking about it. There is no answer. There is no correct answer. Nobody will come and tell me, you know, how it should be. So either I can keep having hesitations, or I can tell myself, you know, just do what you want. And I prefer to do that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that that it's right, but it's how I want to live.
Got it.
I don't want to live, you know, looking back or hesitating. Yes, maybe I should have started in childhood, but I cannot change my past.
For sure.
And that's it. So I will do it now, and I will do again.
The best you can.
Exactly.
And you do. Do you think about like yourself pushing yourself every day to the limit, or like not to the limit, but do you try to push yourself, or do you just let it be what it is?
No, every time I have challenges for myself, like my personal goals. Of course, in stretching, in pole dance, in all this stuff, I have my personal goals. But again, I keep in mind that I want to live a long and healthy life. That's why all these like big sport goals are not that attractive to me. I don't want to break myself for a sport, trophy. I know people that is important for them, and it's fine because we are all different. But for me, like this sport trophy is not attractive enough to break my body. So I'm trying, again to balance here. Because I know that I can develop myself endlessly without breaking myself, and that's what I'm trying to do.
What do you think about fitness in like general? Do you think like it changes your life, and do you feel that? Do you think
yes,
that?
Of course.
Because what I'm trying to say is like I noticed like in times that I do like 4 workouts a week or like 4 fitness movements, like doesn't matter, like yoga one day, soccer, it changes, and I want you to try to explain how it changed your life, so maybe people will get a little bit motivated, because I'm sure you can explain or you can tell about how you saw changes in your students. Because it's amazing how important it is.
I just feel so good in my body, and I feel my body, I feel all parts of it, and I know that I can control it much better than before. And it's amazing, because human is not only here. This is a great part, like the brain and the soul is so important, and the feelings, everything, but we are not us without the bodies.
Yeah.
And it's great that I can take everything from life, because I love to live, and it's great that I can feel the life through my body. And if I'm not a friend with my body, I cannot do it fully, I can maybe enjoy eating or something, but if I'm doing fitness, it's much more, like much more.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I get it. You actually made me think about it for a moment, like really deeply, because Warren Buffett said one time that if you had one car your entire life, and I told you, okay, you got this car, wouldn't you take care of it? This is your only car.
Yeah.
And you're gonna drive it your entire life. Okay, you're not the car, right? You're not the car, but you are the driver. And are you gonna sit in a shitty car all day and like smell it? So I didn't realize it deeply as much as I realized it now, because you said it, and I was like, God damn, yeah. I should work even harder to feel better in my body. You know what I mean?
And it's great to have a connection with it. It's not like I'm a robot, No. The body is so important, and for me. I think for all of us.
Yeah, for sure, for all of us.
I couldn't feel it until I started to work on my body, because now I have so much connection with it.
Was it hard for you to start? Like at age 20, did you feel like you're changing so much, or?
It was a big change, because I was so wooden,
And you're stiff, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I wanted to be flexible for pole dance, to be beautiful, because I wanted to look nice as well. It took a lot of effort, and I'm still working on it, but it was a huge change.
How did you focus on the stretching? I'm not flexible as well, and I do a lot of yoga. I still can sit like, you know what is Shiva Mizrachit? Like when they sit like with the cross leg.
Yeah.
So I can't do it, and I've been trying for like 6 years to work in that, So I'd love to hear like how did you focus on that?
Yeah. Again, I had the goals. Like the easiest now is to have a split,
That sounds scary.
That's okay.
As a dude.
No, dudes do splits too, but
yeah, I'm sure.
I was opening the studio and I was like, I want to be an example, and I still don't even have splits, and so that's when I really focused on that. I took classes from some circus artists, and I was working on my own a lot until I reached that, and then that what seemed like a higher goal for me that time now is like the minimum, and now I have so much more to achieve. But until I reached that, I couldn't see all the rest. So it's growing.
Amazing.
Yes. And now it's like part of my life.
Maybe I should come to pole dancing.
Come to stretching.
Do you do specially stretching?
Yes, we do stretching classes.
I'll come for sure. Damn, it sounds good. Because
Medihot.
yeah, I need it. Every stretching that I do lately, like for me in the soccer, for an example, I'm ultra competitive as well, and you know it. But I'm not as focused. But I used to play here like soccer right around the field here, and I can get to a point where I play so hard, like day after day after day, more like more in the league than the leagues, and I get to a point where my legs hurt, but the competition is like, come play, come be better, you gotta be better, and my legs like hurt for days. So I gotta learn how to be like more stretchable. How do you balance that, like taking care of like relaxation with the body? You know, like do you do like special days off, or do you have like a method for it, or you just stay focused?
It helped me to when I reduced the number of classes that I was teaching, because again I started on my own. I had to do everything myself.
How many lessons do you do in a week?
I started with like 20 and more.
20?
Yes, and now I have I had about 10 or something. I reduced it so I could work more for my goals, not just teaching, and then I can enjoy teaching much more, and I can achieve my personal goals. And also when I need rest, I can let myself rest, because teaching is an obligation, you know, and once I have less teaching, I can balance it more, and that's important for me. Because as I said, I don't want to break myself. I want to run long term.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Did you feel when you remember the moment of the injury, did you think like you can never do this again? Like, did you have this thought in the moment?
Like, I remember how it happened, because it was something. I remember how I was falling, and then I felt, and I'm like, okay, I'm alive. The rest I can handle, you know. I couldn't get up, but I was so happy that I'm alive.
At that moment?
Yes, I couldn't get up. You know, I was waiting for people to come and pick me, but I was like, okay, I don't know what I broke, but I'm alive. I was so happy.
That is wow. Why did you went there actually? Like, why did you went immediately to feeling alive? Like, was it a hard fall, or was it like, do you focus on that every day? Like, you're just alive, you're happy about it?
No, of course. Like every day, you don't think about it. Like the injury is something that helps you to focus on that more, because you become even more grateful for being alive. At least for me, it works like this. Now I'm even more grateful, because it could be much worse. And I was like, okay, I'm alive. Great. The rest will be okay. Amazing. And then I found out that I broke my shoulder. And that's a whole another story, because they didn't know what to do with me. I had to find a surgery for myself, because here they just told me to wait. And they told me, okay, if it doesn't fix itself, we will just break it again. And I'm like,
what, a Yosef style?
Yes. They sent me home, you know, and for 3 days I was in bed in crazy pains, you know, and I felt something is moving, and I'm like, something is wrong there. And they, okay, wait, we don't have orthoped in Eilat. After 2 weeks, he will check you, and if something wrong, we will break it again. Don't worry. And I'm like, no, please. So I went to do private, you know, MRT in Terem, and I saw my bone like this, and I'm like, no, I cannot keep it for 2 weeks like this. It's insane. I can see it will not fix itself. Yeah. So my friends helped me to find a
good doctor.
Yes. So I went to Bnei Brak. And I had a surgery, and I'm forever grateful for that. The surgery went amazing. and I have an amazing physiotherapist here in Eilat. So
What's his name?
Amir Tzur. Yes.
I heard about him actually. I heard
He's
he's really
great.
good.
Yes. I also took some physiotherapy in Maccabi, so I did everything I could, and I exercised a lot.
Did you start doing yoga after the injury?
Yoga? No, yoga, I'm
Always
not really doing yoga.
No,
I
sometimes.
do like a class in a year, you know? I'm not...
Okay.
No.
I heard this, I saw this amazing YouTube video about a guy who completely lost touch with his legs. And the doctors told him he can never walk again, and just from yoga,
Yes.
he got back to running, you know? So, and for me, I know a lot of people different crazy stories about yoga, so I try to push it sometimes, you know, because I really believe...
understand, but I
you have your
got
art.
back to pole
Yeah.
as soon as I could. I was pole dancing with one arm. Yes, until I couldn't use this one, and then I start to engage it more and more and more, and now it's almost as strong as it used to be, and almost as flexible. I believe by 1 year,
You'll be back.
yes, I'll be more than back.
You'll be stronger.
Yes, because I'm already getting stronger than I was, and it's been 9 months now.
You know, the thing is, you said about doctors that I gotta say out loud, people sometimes treat it if they have this degree, it means they know something different, and they all have the same knowledge. And it's not true, people are people, you know what I mean? Doctors are people, you can never expect the same two doctors to be the same, actually. The one from Eilat, maybe he wants to chill, maybe he likes the sun, maybe he's not into being the best doctor. And you come to him and he's like, I can break it and I can make it back. Maybe in the garage that I did with my car. No, dude, no, get the fuck away from my body. But you come to the center, and you start seeing this competition between people who want to be the best, actually, and that's what you found. And I just wanted to take that note because in Eilat it's scary. It is. Yes. You can never take. I'm sad to say it, but it's very hard to get medical care here.
Yeah.
Except physiotherapy and yoga and pole dancing, which is it is therapy, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Did you see transformation in your girls?
Yeah, of course, they're becoming really fitter and stronger and more flexible. It's amazing.
More confident?
More confident, for sure. For sure. In any age, I have all ages, and they become more feminine.
What's the youngest and oldest confident that you have?
Youngest, we have 3 years old, not on the pole, but it's general physical preparation. Yeah. We have 3 to 5 years old.
Okay.
And then from 6 we start with pole. And for the adult groups it's from 16. Yes, with parents' permission. From 16 and even younger, I have girls, even 14, 15 who already in the adults group. And then the oldest, I don't know, 50, I had something like this, yes. Yes. And 40 plus is common. It's amazing to see the changes in them in this age, and they appreciate it.
In 50 or in 16 years old, what do you feel more the transformation is bigger? For you, I mean, what do you experience more? What are you more grateful for?
I think for older, of course, because they don't expect this. And they're like, oh my God, I reached my split for the first time in my life and I'm 43. I cannot believe this. When you are 16, it's more obvious. And when you are 43, it's a great surprise. And they appreciate it. And they become even more motivated.
How is it sometimes for guys coming, and trying it out? Because I'm sure you have guys students as well.
Yes, I believe it's good. I have more girls for sure. I know, in the studio, in the center, some studios are focused more on guys. In my studio, we mostly have girls, although all the guys are very welcome. But I think maybe it's the attitude, maybe because we have all those unicorns and this, so it's more attractive to girls. But when guys come, they are welcome, and I think they feel fine. So we have guys coming to work out.
Yeah. No, I think also it's you try to find like a community.
Yeah.
And if you, as a guy, join the community, like you don't know what, you're not, he's like, I imagine like the dude sitting on the wall as well, you're like spanking with the baton on him as well. Yeah, you know, so you got to find yourself, so it's a little bit harder, but still, yeah. And it has its magic, you know, because I think, I don't think it's bad that you mostly have girls, because it makes this small magic group that you all feel this feminine
connection.
Yeah, like feminine pride also, and like you take care of each other, you help. It's like Abba Pagum. You know Abba Pagum?
No.
So this is a weird Facebook group that a lot of like dads that are connected to each other because they appreciate being average dads. You know what I mean? But it's like fun to be average dad. You know, you try your best. You know what I mean? So it's something like that, but different. Yeah. Do you remember one time like that you had this amazing transformation, like from a student that you actually remember?
Yes, of course. I have them in front of me all the time. You know. I'm talking about splits because it's something that you can measure so easily. You know, when the girl come like this, and then 2 years she has an over split, and it's amazing because now when I have this time to compare, you know, when you just start and it's 1 month or 2, you don't see the results. Now it's my 4th year, so I really see results, especially with people who committed for over a year or 2 or even 3 now. I see amazing results. I see like weak girls become so strong, or the girls who thought that they will never go on stage, or they're so shy. Finally, you know, you find them performing, and it's amazing. And they find it amazing for themselves.
Did you ever compete with one of your students? Did you ever went to
in the competition? No, because we are in different categories. They go into amateurs, I'm going to professional. Or even if my teacher go now to professional, I'm going to elite. So they are all different categories.
You're in elite now, right? You're like, you can compete both.
Now I'm elite, yes. I didn't compete after the injury yet, of course, but I'm going back. Yes, and I have to go to elite because I was there before. I cannot go back.
No, so it's great, right? So it's a bigger challenge for you, like to take care of. God damn, Vita. It's amazing that you're taking yourself so forward and like you're pushing the community with everyone on your back. Like, did you ever imagine that you'd have this? Like this big, like this community behind you?
No, but anyway, it feels like a dream coming true. Even though I couldn't imagine this like even 5 years ago, but I feel great.
What would you tell yourself if you met yourself 5 years ago?
I would even then tell myself to be more confident because I was not.
More confident?
I was not. Now I feel I'm becoming more confident, but I was not. And maybe if I started earlier, it would be better for me. But I'm glad how everything turned out. So I think I would just...
Yeah, the chip on the shoulder.
Myself, good work, keep up.
Like with a, like a disguise. You don't know me, but keep going. Yeah, for sure. Confidence is a funny thing though, because sometimes when you don't have it, that's the drive for you to get it, you know. And like on the way of getting it, you become such a different person.
Exactly.
Like you improve yourself. Yeah. What do you feel like? When do you feel most confident? Like when you're on stage or like
when I'm on
teaching?
Stage, I'm much more confident than in normal life.
Yeah,
you know. And also, teaching for sure. You know, I'm in front of people, and even if I'm shy inside or if I, have these hesitations, I cannot show them. So when I'm playing confident, I'm becoming confident.
Fake it till you make it, kind of?
Exactly, something like this. And like, I have to play confident, and then I feel like that. So when you're in front of people, you can pretend it, and then it, grows inside.
Do you ever find laziness coming, like feeling a little bit lazy, and you overcome it, or you've met it with your students? You know what I mean? How do you overcome it with your students or yourself?
Always motivation. But if I feel like
Motivation from passion?
Yes, lazy because I'm tired. You know, I understand that I need to rest, and I think that's normal. So I accept that. You know, and if I feel for a few days that I need to be slower, I let myself, because I know that I will compensate it after. I know that I'm not like I cannot work like this, you know, it's always like this. So I know if for a week I have such an intense program and I'm not sleeping enough and I'm just going non-stop all days, I know it's okay to take it a little bit slower next days, you know, to keep rocking after. Otherwise you will have to stop for longer.
Yeah.
Yes, because your body will not allow you. So if it's like this, I think it's okay. It's again, balance, again. So if it's super intense, it has to be slower. So if I feel like lazy, I know that I need it. And I accept it. Because I know that I will not be lazy for long. I'm like, okay, if you feel like this, probably you really need it.
You said motivation from like passion. And those two really work together. But for an example, I find motivation from pain. Like if I lose at something, no matter what, no matter if it's a social situation or a game or music or like I made something wrong with the podcast, it motivates me, you know? Or like the situation in my life, whatever. But passion is like, it's in the moment. You know what I mean? So what do you mean by motivation from passion? Like, if you could do it all the time, would you do it all the time? All the time? I know it's a hard question, I know.
Yes, I'm not sure what exactly you're asking, but as I said, for example, I reduce teaching, although I love it so much, but I know if I will teach less, I will give much more into it, because it will be more intense. I will give all my energy into less classes, because unfortunately energy has its limits. So if I if I reduced this number of classes, I know I can give much more there. It will be much more, focused. At the same time, if I will focus on, instead of teaching only on performing, for example, I probably will not enjoy it as much as if it's just a part. So for me, it works well when I have a few things, I enjoy so much teaching.
Like 3 things.
Yes, I enjoy performing, I enjoy running the studio and this, and it's great combination, because if I would do just one thing, probably it's not that I would lose passion, but I couldn't give so much energy. And then it's great that I can rest from one thing while I'm doing something else.
What is coming up with you in the next few days? Like your schedule? When's the studio going to be ready?
So
what are you doing lately?
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, the poles should be here. I'm ordering new poles for the new studio from Russia now, because we have higher ceilings. And also this time I want quickly removable poles. It means that I can remove them on the side in 1 minute. There is a special system.
Got it.
And it's great, because it means that I can use that space for something else, like other classes. And it's not just, I will put the aerial hoops. I can also teach aerial hoops or something else, or dance on the floor, and the poles will not disturb. So I'm ordering new poles, and they should arrive in 2 weeks. In the meantime, there is a lot of reconstruction, because I took the place which was not ready at all. I'm doing everything. I'm doing the parquet floor, I'm doing the mirrors, I'm doing mazgan, I'm doing all the walls, all the reconstruction. So it takes time, even though I'm doing it so quickly.
Are you doing it yourself? No. Are you basically installing the mazgan?
Myself?
No.
Not with my hands. No. Fortunately, I have helpers.
Good to know.
The studio is getting ready. We already have mazgan, we already have half floor, and by Wednesday we're supposed to have all the floor. On Yom Hamishi, on Thursday, we are going to get mirrors, and we are also going to have vitrina door. So it will be amazing. I know, it will be great. Where
should be?
The studio? It's next to Sparta, Fitness Sparta.
A little bit upwards from where the studio was.
Yes. And I don't want to wait for the poles to start having classes. So while we are waiting for the pulse, I will finish this main reconstruction, and Wednesday night is the first workshop in the studio. And I decided I will bring something interesting for my girls while we are waiting for the pulse. So this Wednesday we have handstand workshops with my friends from Wow Show.
From what?
Wow Show.
What is? Oh,
Wow Show.
Okay.
Yes, they will do like
cool.
There is a handstand
Cool.
duo, and they're giving an absolutely special workshop for my studio. And then I will have some other special dancing workshops with with other artists that we have from abroad. And myself, I will give them something else that is besides the regular schedule. So, we are not waiting like this. We are enjoying this time while we're waiting for the pulse. We can already do something cool, and we are doing it. Yes. And then the pulse will arrive, and we will have 1 week before the official opening to already have classes. And on 30th of June is the official opening party, and you are very much invited.
I'm coming,
yes.
for sure. Sounds amazing, Vita. Wow.
Yeah, I can't believe I only took this place in the end of May, so it's like 10 days, something like
10
this.
days,
but
huh?
it's going so fast.
Yeah.
We are not losing time.
Yeah, you're like the phoenix. You fall down, but you come back stronger.
Rising up.
Yeah, amazing.
Thank you.
I think we'll finish with that, actually,
Okay.
Because I'm not sure what's the time I usually take the
I
time.
have no idea, yes.
Yeah,
So come to the opening party, 30th of June.
30 ביוני.
Can...
One last question.
Yes.
What's your legacy?
What do you mean?
What do you want to be like? We asked in 10 years, we asked like what's now,
yeah.
we asked in a year, but
Yeah.
80 years old Vita. I'm coming to sit down for a coffee with her.
Yeah.
Probably tea, not coffee. What would she tell me? Like, what did she accomplish?
I don't want to have any regrets. And right now I can tell I have no regrets. I really think that I'm doing it right. And that's how I want to continue. So I want to continue like this. And in 80 years, I want to look back and say, yes, I had a great life. And I have no regrets. And I have so many memories, so much to remember. And I have this grandkids.
Grandkids.
Yes. I want to be happy.
Strong.
I want to be happy.
I think you will. I think you
I am. So
you're staying connected to it somehow, amazingly. I mean it like in the best way, because like you start talking about it, I'm like, God damn, how does she wake up so motivated? Like it's amazing. I see it in everything that you do from the start, and God, if I know where it's gonna go, I'm just gonna be here and try to help you as much as I can.
Thank you.
Because in the future, I want to see like I took part in making her being
Nice. Thank you,
Vita.
Thank you.
ויטליה הין, תעקבו אחריה, תראו את הדברים שיש לה להציע, מדהימה כמו שאתם רואים. יש ב-30 ליוני מסיבת פתיחה, ואם אתם בנות מעוניינות להיכנס לזה, גם גברים, זה מדהים. היה לי שותף שעושה את זה וזה שינה לו את החיים, ורואים כמה שיש לה מוטיבציה וכמה שזה משפיע על אנשים סביבה. זהו, תודה רבה שצפיתם, עד לכאן.
תודה רבה.